What's good? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing link and more. Y'all know what it is. We talking about the turning point on HBO boxing when they kind of got away or started to get away from American, pushing Americans on HBO like that real tough. And it was like really two key moments that really stuck out to me. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. This is definitely just a, kind of like a hypothesis or something like that. Educated guess and educated statement or whatever it may be, but it kind of really adds up to me once you look at it. But two things to me, it was they wasted a lot of money on Andre Berto, and they wasted a lot of money promoting and pushing Devin Alexander and Timothy Bradley. And I believe Andre Berto was one of the real reasons why HBO wanted to cut ties with Al Heyman. It's another elite reason for that, and I can get into that in 1 second. Now, let's get into the elite reason. The elite reason was Al Heyman was running the checkup on HBO for his fighters, and HBO wasn't getting the results that they were used to getting back when it was the golden boxing age on HBO, when they was doing 3, 4, 5 million views a night, and they spending top dollars for Al Heyman's fighters that he was managing, advising under probably that Golden Boy umbrella. Most of them, some of them was free agents. And they wasn't getting the results that they were looking for. They wasn't getting those results of those 3, 4, 5 million. They barely was probably cracking 1 million views. It's kind of like where they is now. They wasn't getting that consistent 3, 4, 5. They might have been doing 2, 1, a little bit over 2 sometimes, but they want that consistent 3, 4, 5 million views. That's when they was top dog. And they was overpaying for Al Heyman fighters, and they wasn't getting their money worth, because Al was putting these guys in low risk, high reward, high payment fights. And HBO was like, you know what, we can do bad on our own. We still got Bob, we still got this guy, that guy at the time. We don't have to overpay for Al Heyman fighters, especially when they both Al Heyman fighters in the ring. We definitely overpay them. They on the same card. So this fight, HBO poured a lot of money in this fight. They definitely went all in for Devin Alexander and Timothy Bradley. Now, a lot of people may forget, but the older boxing heads, or the ones that were like teenagers and young adults, they remember this. They did a face-off for this, and the face-off was good. And Max Kellerman asked Devin Alexander, what does Timothy Bradley do? What does he do good? He said he in shape. And, they poured a lot of money into the promotion. What fight have you really seen them do, lately, a face-off with that wasn't a pay-per-view or a highly anticipated fight? Or a face-off with two Americans? You never seen it. You didn't see it before this, really. And they put a lot of money promoting this fight. It was Don King versus Gary Shaw. That's before Gary Shaw, sold off his portion, the Gary Shaw box, whatever it was called. And it ended up becoming Rock Nation. And, Timothy Bradley talked about, not being treated right with Gary Shaw, and seeing Devin Alexander putting up with limos to every media and press event or whatever it may be, and he was putting up in a work van, and it was some animosity. And this fight legitimately shit the bed. Timothy Bradley made this fight hard to watch. He attacked, he made it sloppy, he headbutted Devin Alexander. Young Alexander was not ready for that, and the approval rating for this fight was in the shitter. It was plummeted. And I think they was like, you know what? Never again. This American style, hit and don't get hit, or this sloppy head style, we want bangers. We want brawls. Even if they lower tier type brawls. We want those Torre Gotti type of fights. And they started to look for those Europeans, because those Europeans, they didn't command that top dollar. Or other people, they didn't command that top dollar. They wasn't going there asking for Al Heyman prices. You get them at half the price, and you get a better fight. Stylistically wise. And HBO from that point on, slowly but surely, they wanted to be pushing those brawls. And that's where you get HBO today. Occasionally they work with Al and say, okay, we work with this guy, we really want that guy. And another guy, really ran a checkup on them like no other, because at least Floyd Mayweather, it paid off and it brought ratings and views, was Andre Berto. They was paying top dollar for Berto. Berto net worth is really built on HBO paying a lot of money for him. He ended up shitting the bed. It wasn't a Victor Ortiz fight. He had a close fight with Collazo. He ended up ending the show. He wasn't what he was advertised to be, that Al was selling him to be. this hot shot, power punching, athletic, chiseled Marvel body guy that was very, very, supposed to be skilled, coming out the amateurs. He had some heat behind him. He ended up getting pummeled and getting exposed. And it's like they poured a whole bunch of gold into a barrel, and it just it spilled out and just evaporated in thin air. And now you don't have nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. This guy's supposed to probably they probably wanted this guy to end up fighting Pacquiao and Floyd and making this big American clash. And they was like, man, we done wasted so much money into Americans. So much money in Andre Roberto. He was worth like $13 million at one point. We were responsible for like $11 million of it. He didn't produce. He didn't do anything. He didn't break any viewership records. He didn't do anything great in his boxing career that indicated that we should pay him this high dollar amount. You know what? We can go get this guy Kovalev. We can go get Golovkin. We can go get this European and put him in the ring with a guy from Thailand that's real tough with a jaw, and have brawls and viewerships. That's what it's on now. They basically saying F that. We didn't waste a lot of money. We tried to invest into Americans. Time Warner ended up selling HBO off, selling it to AT&T, and now they want to push this European invasion. And you can't say that it wasn't nobody's fault. They tried. They invested their money into the Americans, but they invested into the wrong ones. And they allowed top-ranked Bob Arum, Al Heyman, guys of that nature, to make mismatches on their network and milk them of money, and then, said they're not going to work with them, and then act like they don't have another platform to run for Showtime. Like Showtime ain't always been thirsty to compete against HBO. And, Bob went to ESPN, and then they're doing their thing over there. HBO Boxing just left to pick up the scraps and, make a 5-course meal with scraps. So that's just my prerogative on there. I like to hear y'all 2 cents on that. Y'all know what it is. It's TBC. We out.